Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the XMS RICMOTECH Xfinity Series live from Kansas Speedway. Qualifying is currently underway, but let's bring in the other half of this broadcasting team. I'm AJ Capola, and right next to me is Mike Campiggio.
AJ, how are we doing tonight? How's everybody at home doing tonight? Yes, AJ, we're in the Midwest in Kansas. Should be a very interesting race ahead of us tonight.
Yeah, we are 100% in the Midwest, but half of my brain is still on the East Coast. Because while this race is going on, my Spankies are trying to go to Game 6. So I will have updates throughout the night if people are interested in how that game is going. But Mike, we are at Kansas Speedway for round 6 of the XMS RICMOTECH season. Before we get into the tale of the tape that I can't wait for you to go through, let's talk about the points coming into tonight as they are qualifying in the background. Bryce Senizak is sitting at 253, Alan Fox 249, Joe Torres at a 232, Michael Thwaites 229, and rounding out the top 5, it's Paul Irvin at 217. A lot of points still to be had before the playoffs. I'm excited to see what some drivers are going to do with tonight's race. A lot of them having a loose issue. We were watching during practice, and they were sideways coming out of these turns. Let's talk about the team points as they sit coming into round 6. Kansas Primetime Motorsports with a big lead at 517. Spartan Esports at 433. Warrior Enterprise sitting at 421. And then they really drop off of a cliff in 4th. Royalty Motorsports at 241. ACR at 149. SimSpark Racing at 141. And then Gillen Motorsports at 34. Mike, as I kind of just teased it, why don't you run tail of the tape for Kansas Speedway Past?
Oh, AJ, let's get that done here. So let's go back to a couple seasons ago, season number 18. It was race number 9 on the season. 11 leaders for 18 lead changes that evening. They had 3 cautions for 11 laps in that race. The winner was Ed Morris, who led the most laps at 47 in that race, and Paul Irvin won the pole in that race. Let's go back a couple more seasons in the past. Season number 15, it was race number 9 once again in the season. The winner was Cameron Herron, who led 14 laps and started in 4th. Alan Elwood led 64 laps in that race. Justin Gann started on pole. That race had 5 leaders for 7 lead changes, 3 cautions for 15 laps in that race. And then finally, season number 14, that was actually the season opener that season. The winner was Cale Gale, who started 31st and led 5 laps. Ed Morris led the most laps in that race at 79. The pole was won by Justin Gann. That race had 8 leaders and 11 lead changes and 4 cautions for 16 laps.
So for everybody watching at home, you see Ryan Fry out of turn 4, very loose in a very generic paint scheme. I had an uploading issue with XTREME Scoring Paint Updater, so it is working right now. We will get you what these cars are going to look like momentarily. But Mike, I am very much excited to see what we are going to have tonight, as now we're starting to see people hit the racetrack with qualifying really running down. That's the 47 of Daniel Krim out on the racetrack, out of turn 2, running that high lane. I think that's where we're going to see a lot of these drivers running the race tonight. I don't know about qualifying. He might just be getting up to speed, but Mike, take us around the racing line for Kansas Speedway.
Well, AJ, Kansas is one of those racetracks that provides multiple grooves of racing. You can run at the bottom at the white line, you can run the middle, or you can run the top that we saw Daniel Krim just doing just then. So Kansas is a multi-groove racetrack that provides a lot of opportunities, but like we've seen most of the time, that third lane against the wall is where you can gain a lot of speed and save a lot of tires as well.
Yeah, we are staying with that 47 as he's coming out of turn 4 onto the apron across the start finish line. Daniel Krim, P1, a 30.90. Great lap. That immediately bounced by the second lap of Paul Irvin. Bryce Senezak, points leader. Let's see what he's going to have in the 09 as he's going to cross the line to finish his qualifying run. Good for second. Our next one to cross the line, Joshua Vidal, loose.
Oh no, he's spinning.
And he is going to be right there in 13th. The 6 of Kyle Miller, you could see the back end of that number 6 wanting to kick out. Through 3 and 4, still trying to fight the car. A little bit of sawing on the wheel, getting to the line. Kyle Miller, P1, and immediately kills the car.
Well, that's pretty interesting strategy.
Well, I think that was the crew chief saying, "Hey, you got P1. I got P1. Kaboom." The 73 Walmart delivery of Alan Fox. Alan's second lap. That's going to be good for the pole. A 30.62 over a tenth by Kyle Miller. Mike, that is a fast lap, and we're going to be talking that 73 momentarily.
Oh, before we do that there, AJ, let's quickly run down the laps and mileage for tonight's race. We're going to be running 134 laps here at Kansas. 200 miles. The stage will be lap 45. These guys will have 5 sets of tires in the pits. Fuel run is about 33 to 38 laps on the tank of gas.
Yep, and let's get to it. Pick up. Uh-oh. Having some technical difficulties. Mike, can you get our pole sitter?
Yes, I can. And here he is, Alan Fox on pole tonight with a blistering lap there. Alan, talk to us about your qualifying effort and talk to us about your expectations for tonight.
Qualifying was just hold on, man. I was sawing the wheel on both ends trying to run that low line. It's a loose setup for sure.
And what are you thinking overall for tonight's race? What are you looking forward to?
Well, it looks like it's a pretty stable setup, so it looks like it's going to be running the right rear most of the run. You're not going to be plowing tight by the end of it. So, I mean, obviously anything's possible. You're going to get people on the wall, on the bottom. You can even run the middle. So it's going to be fun. We'll see how all the tires wear out and where everybody cycles through by the end of the stage here.
Yeah, and especially with the fuel strategy could be playing a factor here in stage 1. Yeah, you have any idea? I don't want you to give out your secrets, but do you have an idea what you're going to do?
Gentleman never kisses and tells, Mike.
Ah, that's a good one. That is a good one. I tried, AJ. I tried to get a little strategy out of him.
Well,
but Alan, best of luck to you tonight, and congratulations on the pole.
Thanks, fellas. And Mike, I'm sorry to hear about your grandfather, man. Hope everything's going well.
I appreciate that, Alan.
all right. Mike, we have all the drivers in their cars. We have fired engines. We're doing 200 miles around Kansas Speedway, which equals out to 134 laps. You excited? 'Cause I'm excited.
I am excited. It should be very interesting tonight, especially, like he said that he felt like it was going to be a stable setup, but what we saw in practice is I think a lot of these guys are going to be fighting the car loose.
Yeah, with that, I would be very shocked if within the first couple laps of this race, we have somebody spin, whether it brings out a caution or not. I would not be surprised under a race condition where somebody steps on it a little too hard and spins out, most likely to the inside. But we are just missing one driver, Josh Vidal. I can hear them calling for him to get to his car. But glad to have you all with us. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow, do all that great stuff that really helps out the channel. This honestly was one of my favorite tracks when I did end up running on the sim before I became almost a full-time broadcaster. Like you said earlier, Mike, it's multiple grooved. It adds there's a lot of character on the racetrack, and if you're not careful, you're gonna burn your tires up. And we saw it last night where drivers were able to get away, and then in 10 or so laps they'd be right back in the thick of it. As for anybody watching at home that cares, Giancarlo hits his 7th home run of the postseason just now.
And what's the score now? 6-0?
5-0.
Yeah, that game. I think that game they're gonna go back to Los Angeles, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, they'd have to after tonight.
Of course. You want to run down picks for tonight there, AJ, before we get this race underway?
How about we run down the starting lineup real fast?
Sure.
Alan Fox on pole, Kyle Miller in second. Third, you have Paul Irvin, Bryce Senzak, Connor Coleman, Daniel Krim in row 3. Row 4, Taylor Bertram, Joe Torres. And rounding out the top 10, it's Kyle Zimmer and Caleb Lamb. Mike, who do you have for a pick?
Well, AJ, I took Josh Vidal. He's starting in 15th. That's who I'm picking tonight. How about you?
I am taking, as I'm loading up my notes, the number 6,
green flag.
Starting second, Kyle Miller, and there we go. Green flag in the air.
Ooh, Caleb Lamb loose off of turn 2, almost 3 wide back here. Paul Irvin's going to try to take it 3 wide with Alan Fox and Kyle Miller for the lead.
They're really almost 3 wide. Kyle Miller's running the Larson line all the way around 3 and 4, and that's going to give him the lead. Way to lead lap 1, and now still that 73 to his inside as they are 2 by 2, as Senzak almost pops the wall out of 2. Really have to be careful. You don't want to step over the boundaries and spin out and kill the wall. We had a lot of drivers last night. You can still see the scuff marks from the race last night. A lot of drivers running a little too high, a little too far, and really scrubbing the wall as Alan Fox is taking the lead and is going to lead lap 2.
Well, I was one of those guys last night that contributed to one of those skid marks as Taylor Bertram's sideways off of 2 in that 5 machine. I think Taylor had flashbacks to last night when he lost in 3 and 4. But that 5 car was sideways off of turn 2. He did a heck of a job to save it.
Yeah, he's going to lose a bunch of positions because of it. But he's going to still be able to stay going the right way. Let's see it right here.
I think Taylor. You'll see it when he goes in turn 2 this next time. But I think he had a little bit of flashback to last night when he wrecked out on lap 1.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean that was the same exact thing he did last night. He hit the apron and shot himself right up.
Alan Fox, Kyle Miller, very much class of the field early on in tonight's race. As they are pulling away from the field, Senzak's sitting in that 3rd position. He's pulling away from 4th place Daniel Krim, and Daniel Krim has the 29 to Joe Torres and Paul Irvin right behind him.
Interesting looking Joe Torres machine tonight in that paint scheme.
Yeah, a little different. Almost threw me off. I had to double look at it just to be like, is that say 29?
He got the Halloween numbers on that machine tonight. Is what I'm going with.
Yeah, I was looking for some Halloween schemes, being that it's October 30th. Not many. As a close battle, we have to go all the way back to 15th. You see the 22 of Mike Robinson, the 5 of Taylor Bertram, but the 33 of Jeffrey Goodpaster. Jeffrey, glad to see he's back. Glad to see he's feeling better. But he just got by Mike Robinson, and he's +5 positions early on into tonight's race.
Yeah, Mike said he was excited for this race tonight. So looking for some good things out of him tonight and see what he can do.
Move up the racetrack to P11. You see the 12 of Michael Thwaites. He's +3 spots in 11th and trying to charge by. Looks like the 26 of Josh Vidal is. Vidal's got a heck of a run on the outside.
And caps to the inside of Caleb Lamb in front of those guys. Caleb hit the apron off of turn 2 and kind of got loose and shot up the racetrack. That allowed Adam to get to the inside of him.
See Gary Wells in 27 has got Halloween colors on the car this evening.
And got the brand new sponsor for the Warrior Enterprises team, W Energy. AJ Potty Beard Channel was your sponsor too.
Yeah, speaking of that, use code AS15TV to save 10% on all your orders. I have 2 more coming in the mail, 2 more tubs. Not that I was out, it was BOGO. And I was like, ooh, BOGO. So I got Dragonade, which is basically dragon fruit. And then I think the other one is watermelon mint. So I'm very excited for both of them.
There you go.
But Kyle Miller back up front, doing a great job to basically take the lead and then run. As
he's got.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say he's got the fastest lap of the session so far at a 30.850. He's the fastest one out there.
Yeah, and there's the pass for the lead just a couple laps ago. Dive it into turn 1, clear the 73, and start to pull away. Gonna jump on board with that number 6 as he goes into turn 3. Look at the throttle control, little bit of oversteer on.
The officials were in town, so this is pretty used to him by now. Racing again here a couple weeks later.
Yeah, but I feel like officials, while they might be good homework for you, they run completely different than a league race.
Oh yes, but any track time you can get is good track time, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%. You can nail that right on the head, pal. It's just the racing is different, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Because I know people that'll get into officials hoping for a good night, and within the first 2 laps, everybody's wrecked. Not saying that couldn't happen in a league race, but it seems like it's always in an official race. But as Kyle Miller is pulling away from Alan Fox, we are going to step away side by side so you don't miss a thing, pay some bills, and say hi to our sponsors.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel.
RICMOTECH high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go. RICMOTECH.com.
We are back, and you guys almost just saw it. Mike, give him a rundown of what just happened.
Well, Michael Thwaites, and I think Jeffrey Goodpaster made a little bit of contact right there off of turn 2 that kind of stacked everything up and almost caused a big accident right there.
Yeah, Goodpaster is still trying to find the wheels on that race car. Very loose out of 4. You see Thwaites right behind him, moving up the racetrack. Can't go much higher.
Hey, here goes Robinson.
There goes Robinson, you're right. Thwaites
We're at the point
struggling tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point of the run now, AJ. Some of these guys are really fighting these machines here as we're 22 laps into this run.
We're back up front. Kyle Miller, Alan Fox under a blanket. Remember we talked about those tires? Was Alan Fox saving?
Oh, we got pit stop starting here, AJ. Josh Vidal's the first one coming down pit road, and so is the 17, so here we go.
Yeah, they can run around 33 to 38 laps, but they're splitting the stage in basically half. They're also getting Taylor Bertram as well. Because we are going to lap 45. For the stage. But Alan Fox is pulling away to the point where Kyle Miller is just going to hit pit road. That might benefit him good.
Adam Capps on pit road.
We saw last night where if you undercut by just a little bit, you got about a second, 2 seconds. We'll wait and see. Both Alan Fox and Kyle Miller, very, very good racers in the series.
27 pitting this time. Gary Wells is pitting.
Hitting from the 6th position. Ooh, a little bit of lockup on entry. Michael Thwaites right behind him. Adam Capps. When does the 73, 09, and 29 hit pit road? They can stay out as long as they want, but I feel like they're going to lose a lot of time. As here comes the 73.
And the 09's going to be following them.
Ooh, everybody's locking them up on entry.
Oh, Alan Fox speeding on pit road, AJ.
Let's see, is he going to run right through and use that as the pass-through? No, he's going to stop in his box. And he's going to have to back up into his box. Your pole sitter with some heavy pit road mistake. Because are they going to hold him, or is that going to be a pass-through?
Oh, we got one around.
That looks
And
like
he's gonna get a
the 23 of Connor Coleman.
And they're going to hold him for 40 seconds.
Oh, man. That's going to put the 73 multiple laps down. The only thing good for him is he's going to have a stage in about 20 laps. But I think the damage has been done for that 70. He's still sitting in his box. And there he goes. Right behind Kyle Zimmer. Daniel Krim, your race leader. Just 5 drivers yet to pit. There's the 47, 77, 33 all on your screen. But that black and pink car, that's Kyle Miller. Hit on lap 23 and basically passing these drivers like they are stopped. But hey, good for Daniel Krim and Caleb Lamb for doing something a little off sequence.
Mm-hmm.
They catch a caution, they're gonna look like geniuses.
You got the 1 and the 32 still out there too.
And only 6 cars on the lead lap. We're watching, just waiting for the 47 and the 77 to hit pit road. How important is it for Kyle Miller? Now that he's back on the lead lap, he's got a 4.5 second lead over Joe Torres. How important is it for that number 6 to be just consistent, putting lap after lap in the book, and not really at this point worrying about, you know, Joe Torres behind him or what any of the drivers are doing in front of him?
I think it's very important just to, you know, gain as much momentum as you can. Yeah, I mean, keep your head on straight and gain as much momentum you can, because if we get one yellow, it changes the whole story.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed with a lot of drivers in my couple years of broadcasting, it's completely different to be on the racetrack in an area by yours. It's so much easier to race behind somebody than to race by yourself. And I say that because you're using somebody else as a barometer. When you're driving by yourself, you might just, what do they call it, tunnel vision?
Yep.
As there goes the 6 around Ryan Fry. Ryan Fry is yet to pit in the 32. He should be coming to pit road soon.
He's playing a very interesting strategy, Ryan Fry. He's going as long as these guys are going in front of him.
I mean, it'll still work out if a caution comes out, but right now that he's getting past who would end up being the leader, he's going to definitely be in trouble. Daniel Krim just got passed by Bryce Senzak. There's the 09, and there's the 47. Vidal is just about a couple football fields away from getting to Daniel Krim.
You know, Krim is known for saving a lot of fuel. I mean, do you think he would try to go to the end of the stage without stopping?
he'd have to save anywhere from 7 to 10 laps. That's a lot to ask for a driver. As I say that, here he goes.
Yeah. I was going to say, there goes that theory out the window.
Caleb Lamb takes over. And Jeffrey Goodpaster hits pit road as well. Now the difference about 10 or so laps on tires, we're going to see that momentarily. And as here comes Caleb Lamb. Joshua Gillen still out on the racetrack. See him in the number 1. He's taken over the race lead. Now he is the only driver yet to come down pit road.
Ryan Fry pit, or is he still out there too?
No, I lied. Ryan Fry is still out there running in that 6th position. But we're about to have a pass for the lead. Here's 6 of Kyle Miller, has a 3-second lead over Joe Torres. As you see, while that number 1 has yet to pit, that 6 on about 15-lap-old tires is going to take the lead and set the sail.
Ryan Fry is going to be coming to pit road this time in that 32 machine.
Now we saw it. Daniel Krim went from the lead, dropped all the way back to 11th position. And just lap times. Last time by, Daniel Krim with a 31.45 to the leader's 31.89. So about a 4/10 difference between 10 or so lap tires. As I think we have a battle for that 5th position.
Oh, contact!
That was wild. Holy cow. And you can see Adam Capps.
Oh, ho, ho. I think he came a little bit back at him, AJ.
Just a little bit. But that's usually where it'll stop. You'll see them, hey, I didn't appreciate that bump. And then it'll be done with as the 2 gets by the 26. As Gillen finally hits pit road. That lead is down to 2.5 seconds with less than 5 to go. Got this nice battle for P2. The 09 of Senezak and Joe Torres, as Joe Torres loose on the high side. Woo! Yeah. And on exit. As there he goes, looking for the pass into 3. Torres back to the outside. A really nice battle for P2, and as they're battling, they are still closing in on race leader Kyle Miller.
And Kyle Miller's just trying to get back to the caution flag as quick as he can.
Yeah, that, I think he's got Jeffrey Goodpaster right in front of him. Oh, it's Goodpaster's low.
Oh!
Yikes. Jeffrey, thanks for letting me by, but don't wreck.
And Goodpaster just came off pit road too. Like he shouldn't be that struggling on 4 tires unless he only took fuel only.
I think the 33 was more worried about the leader getting by him, that he was worried about protecting the leader than protecting his race car. As out of turn number 4, Kyle Miller is going to win the stage at Kansas Speedway. Waiting for P10 to cross the line. That's Caleb Lamb. Both him and Daniel Trim go to a 7th and 10th position respectively. And there is the yellow for the stage. And all our yellows on the channel are brought to you by Elite Entertainment. After pit stops, we will talk to our stage winner, Kyle Miller. But until then, we are going to go side by side. You'll be able to watch pit stops. We'll be right back, everybody.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit XTREMESCORING.info today.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league.
RICMOTECH high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go. RICMOTECH.com.
Alright everybody, we are going to talk to our Stage 1 winner, Kyle Miller. Dude, great run, great strategy. How does it feel to be leading this race?
It actually feels pretty good. It's still really scary though.
Well, why would you say it's scary?
Throughout practice all week we had a ton of grip and there's no grip tonight.
Oh no. When you say no grip and none of that stuff, how are you trying to counteract that? I'll let you go after that question.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to just drive through it and forget, like, really you're just trying to forget that you're loose. It's wearing the right rear out really bad, which is making it even looser, but to get away and lead, I feel like that's what you have to do here. It's going to be a little different here the rest of the race because we're going to have to go double what we've been going. So, I mean, it's going to get sketchy.
All right, dude. Well, good luck. Hopefully we get to talk to you later in the race.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.
All right, Mike. We are just about ready to go green once again. Remember, everybody, all our cautions are brought to you by Elite Entertainment LLC. Links are down in the description.
And the pace car is off. The second half of this race, the second stage, as they would say, is about to be green.
There it is, green flag in the air, and great launch by both the 6 and 48 on the inside.
That outside line kind of stacked up behind Adam Capps going into turn 1. They had a quick little stack up there.
Yeah, just a little bit. And here comes the 48. He's going to send it into turn 3. Side by side with Torres out of 4. Advantage to 29 as here comes the 29. Looking for a hole Kyle Miller might not want to try to give him.
These guys are thundering past that camera. These guys are they're on the money right now. They know they want to get as many positions as they can before we get spread out.
Yeah, with that being said, we also have a long way to go. And with that, you know, these drivers are looking at how many pit stops that they're going to need, and if there's a way they can shorten. If you can take a pit stop out, you might be looking pretty as Ryan Fry.
I know you were looking at Ryan Fry, but Mike Robinson got a bump from Alan Fox that about sent him into the infield.
Mike Robinson, really good, up 10 spots in 7th.
Got a battle for the lead. Joe Torres inside of Kyle Miller.
There it is, out of 2. Yeah, that outside line gets such a good run. You can see Joe Torres putting a lot of pressure on Kyle Miller.
And Kyle throwing a little bit of a block here, trying to keep the momentum. Joe Torres is going to swap to the outside now. Paul Irvin swaps to the inside right in front of Gary Wells in that 27. We're switching lanes now. Business is picking up. Oh, and Gary had a moment.
Gary's still having a moment. He's falling back.
Man was sitting 4th and then went back to about 11th and one set of corners.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of damage on that number 27. Probably just very frustrated that even happened.
Well, the way those guys were switching lanes there, going into 1 and into turn 2, a lot of dirty air can get on that nose, and that's all she
Connor
wrote.
Coleman, evasive maneuvers. Trying to get by Taylor Bertram, who smacks the wall out of turn 2. Back up front, Kyle Miller has extended that lead to about a half a second as we're about to go 3 wide for P2.
Oh, Irvin's getting loose. He's spinning. Oh, my goodness, what a save.
You call that a spin? I call that a save.
Wow, that was... Whew. That was impressive.
Let's go back and look at that, because that was wow. On board with Paul Irvin. He pops the apron, comes up, pops the 29. Gonna lose a bunch of spots, but I'd rather lose a bunch of spots than be out of the race.
Right? Well, these boys are getting at it, man. That's the stage is over, and they're like, all right, it's full board to the finish.
Caleb Lamb looking for a run on Adam Capps. There it is. It's a great pass from the 77. Move him up to third. Last time by, fastest car on the racetrack was Joe Torres, P2. Caleb Lamb not too far behind by .03. Now after that kind of half spin out of 2 where you lost about 8 positions, you see that 48 trying to gain some momentum to start passing vehicles back up towards the front. Oh, Senzak underneath Vidal. That's a pass for 5th. Mike, what do you see on the racetrack? Because it looks like they're not just okay with riding. Everybody is still super aggressive with trying to make as many passes as possible.
Yeah, and they are, AJ, and I think that sets the tone for how the rest of this race is going to be. I think that nobody's going to hold any no holds barred type of thing. I mean, they're probably going to run these tires out and pit as soon as they can and get more tires, and I don't see anybody saving tires right now.
No. Which we're going to have some insane fall off in a couple laps. We just put lap 61 on the board. They've been running for about 15, 16 laps, and they're already 0.8 of a second slower than where they started the run.
Boy, it doesn't even feel like they've been running for 15 laps away than what we've seen.
And these guys have been doing a really good job as we're staying with this 47. He's trying to get by the number 12 of Michael Thwaites. You have Jeffrey Goodpaster, who's on a really good run for himself in 11th, right behind him in 33. Yes!
Yeah, at the end of the stage break in that interview, he said he was pretty scared. We're pretty sketchy with these machines.
Oh, 73 of Alan Fox. He's a lap down. He's running in that would-be second, third position.
He's trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. That's what he's trying to do. He's like, who needs to get a yellow? I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way.
And if he can do that, he's setting himself up if there's another caution to really, really be fast. Because he is the lucky dog as well. As we drop back to Daniel Krim and company, Goodpaster, Wells, Urban.
Tight battle back here.
It is a very tight battle. I'm curious on how long they can hold it with Wells and Goodpaster side by side the last couple laps. Oh! Goodpaster's crazy loose out of 2. He's gonna not even come close to being side by side with Wells anymore, and he's even gonna lose a position to Paul Irvin.
I think Paul Irvin said, "Excuse me, pardon me, coming through." With that move.
Back up front, Caleb Lamb trying to get by Josh Vidal still. They've been working each other over for quite some time. And that's brought Kyle Zimmer back into the fold.
You got Krim looking over Thwaites there. That's for Ninth position right there. Those two are battling each other.
Oh, hard into the wall.
Caleb Lamb. That thing's killed.
I know I mentioned they were working each other over.
Oh. I need to see a replay of that again.
Jump on board with the 77. And nothing he could have done. We'll even jump to the 26.
Race control is gonna. Race control is taking a look at this.
Honestly, all I think that was when 77 was coming up, and the 26 was still there.
I think it was just coming together, to be honest. You know, one's coming up, one's coming down. You all gonna meet in the middle? Let's see what race control says here over the scanner here once the ruling comes down.
Here comes the 27 and the 48. It looks like they're gonna split Thwaites in 3 and 4.
Got Krim and Robinson side by side in front of this battle. We got cars under a blanket right here.
Yeah, this is wild. As we'll flash to our leader real fast. Kyle Miller still a half a second lead over Joe Torres, and don't mind that 73. That 73 is a lap down, but he's battling like he's on the lead lap.
If he gets back on the lead lap, though, he's gonna be a contender before this thing's out and done.
Very, very dangerous. The 12. Usually we see him up in that top 5, further up in that top 10, but that 12 of Thwaites is really struggling this season.
Every driver's entitled to an off night there, AJ. Maybe that might be the night.
100%. But your biggest mover of the race is that number 26, currently of Josh Vidal. Has a ruling come out about that incident?
Nothing yet from race control over the scanner. Nothing yet.
Really, really curious to see what's going to happen there. Caleb Lamb is on pit road with a extensive repair ahead of him.
Racing incident is the call, AJ. Racing incident is the call. No further action taken.
Yeah, I figured on that one. Here
That
comes
gives,
Joe Torres.
I gotta give sigh relief for Vidal. I mean, that could have been a killer right there if he would have got penalized.
Well, after a crazy 5th inning, we are now sitting at 5 on 5.
What?
Yeah.
Garrett Cole blew it in the 5th?
No, the field behind him did.
Oh, no.
3 errors.
Oh, that's not good.
One of them, Aaron Judge.
Oh, that's definitely not good.
We have a big battle for the lead. The 26 has caught this. 29 has caught the 6. Looking to the inside with a great run. Maybe a little bit of side draft entering turn 3. And there it is. There is the pass. Oh, wow. Look how strong that 6 is on the outside. Coming out of turn 2. Too strong.
Very strong.
Oh, holy cow. That 6 was drifting it out of turn 2. And he has very much conceded P1. And honestly, if I was Kyle Miller within the next couple laps, I'd pit. Paul Irvin's already hit pit road. So you're in the window. And Bryce Senzak in the 09 is right there to take second place away as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes the 73 too. Loose out of 4, almost gets spun by the 09. Further back in the field, you have the 23 out of Coleman. He's trying to get by Josh King and Michael Thwaites. Senzak all over the back bumper now of the 73, lap down of Alan Fox. As the 6 is loose again out of 2. Mike, when do you pull the trigger coming down pit road? Kyle Miller is sideways out of every single one of these turns.
Well, I would start, if I was him, I'd start to pull the trigger now. I mean, Paul Irvin already opened up the can of worms to pit, so, I mean, it's free game now. Oh, Ryan Fry was... Oh! That was a big stack up.
Yeah, that's going to open up the door for multiple drivers to get back towards Joe Torres. The 6 is there.
And he's going to go for the lead here. He's going to try to, at least.
Cuts to the inside. 29, almost in the wall out of 4. And Torres is going to lead that lap as well.
Oh! That was side drafting right there. And Bryce Senzak's like, you guys keep racing aggressively because here I come.
Yep. And he's basically there. A good couple turns by the 29. Is going to see him with just about a 4/10 of a second lead. As Vidal's hitting pit road. Goodpaster's already on pit road.
When will the leader pit?
Yeah, I was just about to say, Mike, you need to come soon. You do not want to get undercut. Senzak is there for second.
Miller hard on the wall. That was a hard hit to the outside wall. If I'm him, I'm pitting now.
Yeah. Yeah, as he is still really loose. There is nothing left on that 6.
He might wreck it before he pits it.
And he's staying out. Kyle Zimmer in the 25 underneath him in the Hendrick Cars Chevy Camaro. After wrecking it multiple times through these turns, I can't believe he's still staying out. Oh, and contact!
Oh!
Yeah, that 6 right now is a weapon. Whether he's choosing to be or not. That's another contact that he just caused.
And Kyle Zimmer was not very happy with that contact.
No, I wouldn't think so. As the 6 hits pit road. Joe Torres currently your race leader You see the 73 of Alan Fox going around the outside. He is back on the lead lap after speeding on pit road.
A lot of guys pitting further in the back here.
Daniel Krim has taken over the race lead. He's right behind the 32 of Ryan Fry. Ryan Fry about 2 laps down.
Michael Thwaite, speeding penalty. His night goes from bad to worse, AJ.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Speeding penalty for Michael Thwaites.
Oh. Being back out on the racetrack. Probably just took the pass through and is going to come down pit road once again for service. Yeah, here he is. Now don't get caught speeding again, as there's Daniel Krim right behind him. Krim, Zimmer, Wells hitting pit road. Leaving pit road.
As you're turning things over to Paul Irvin, who's going to be the leader.
Yeah, by a good 2 seconds. Irvin pit on lap 75, Vidal on 81, and Senzak on 84.
These guys are going to have to pit one more time, I believe, there, AJ.
Yes, sir. It's just, when are they going to pit? Are they going to wait till around 1:15, 1:20 to, once the window opens to make it to the finish to pit? Or are they going to run this dry and have the fresh Goodyear Eagles to the finish?
Or is it going to be under green, or is it going to be under yellow?
I don't know. With how the night's going, I would hope it's under green. I feel bad for Adam Capps because he is our caution sponsor, Elite Entertainment. Check his business out with the link in the description. And there's the pass for the lead. Right there, the 09 of Sensei.
Boy, we got a gaggle for second back here. Or third, I should say. My goodness. This is a gaggle.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, pal. There goes the 6. You know, he has been the fastest for the most part all night. But once those tires run off that number 6, it gets very scary. Oh! As Vidal has a huge problem trying to get by the 48. I thought the 48 was going to lose it right in front of him.
You can see how much tire is being, because Irvin was leading there by 2 seconds, and now all of a sudden he's back in at about 6.
Yeah, it's a big, big change. But your biggest mover of the race, and we're right on that driver, the 26 right now, is the hard charger for the race so far, plus 11 spots. It's a good job, Joshua. Even if you back one up to plus 10, you're still looking pretty good as a hard charger. As Joe Torres is just pulling away. That 29 is really fast.
He is on rails tonight.
Yeah, Mike, we are going to step away for just a couple moments. We will be right back, but you guys won't miss a thing. We're going side by side.
Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things.
Well, you guys saw that, the caution flag up on the banner. It looks like it's for the one of Joshua Gillen. There it is. He's going to spin to the inside, and that's going to bring out our first caution of the evening right here on lap 96.
Well, this is going to be very, very interesting here now.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they, for the most part, have about 10 laps on their tires. Mike, are you entertaining a pit stop?
I would say yes, but who knows? Maybe somebody will try to stay out, or maybe somebody will try to take 2 tires. I don't know how much that's going to benefit you in the long run, but, you know.
You know who's really happy about that caution?
Alan Fox?
Yep, took the words right out of my mouth, pal.
Getting the free pass?
Should be.
Nice. There you go.
Should
and here we go.
It momentarily.
Oh, Josh Vidal's going to stay out.
That's a that's a big move for the 26.
That's gutsy. That is very gutsy.
There goes the 73 getting his lap back after the speeding penalty on the very first pit stop of the race has made it all the way back to the lead lap. That 73 is going to be very dangerous. Jeffrey Goodpaster also stayed out. So it's going to be him and Josh Vidal. Unless he hit pit road. I have him in second place right now.
I wonder if he missed his pit stall or he took fuel only. But he might have missed his pit stall. Let's see what he does.
Do you have him in second place too?
Let me see what iRacing has him. iRacing has Bryce Senzak in second.
Interesting. Well, I'm curious to see how this is gonna fix itself when they come back around.
He's coming back in, so I think he missed his pit stall.
Ouch. Which a lot of drivers are hitting pit road again.
Oh, yeah, he just said in the comments, Jeffrey's listening to us in the broadcast booth. He said he missed his pit stall.
Oops. It happens. I've done it a disgusting amount of times. There he goes. Right behind Ryan Fry in the 32.
See, that's what we need. We need in-race reporter.
Yeah, that works great. Having somebody queue up is like, hey, tell the idiots up in the broadcast booth I missed my stall. Yeah, Brandon, Josh is being very, very gutsy. Everybody's going to have about 15 lap fresher tires.
And we're going to get this restart just over the 100 lap mark, and it's going to be about 34 laps to go, and you better hold those belts tight one more time.
I don't have belts, so I'll just hold on to the armrest of my chair.
Because I could anticipate maybe a 3-wide move into turn 1.
Yeah, I was thinking that Josh is going to need to get the restart of his life and then be on complete defense mode from there.
Now, if this goes green for about 10 or so laps, or 10 to 15 laps, we get another caution, then he's going to have a tire advantage versus the rest of these guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to be looking like Tyler Reddick in Miami.
But he's also the only one off sequence. And when he pits, there is a very, very good chance he's going to be coming out of pit road in a ton of traffic.
It could, yes, but Like I said, if he gets another yellow, he's gonna be sitting pretty. He needs it to play out like it played out for Tyler Reddick on Sunday, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he was like, it's like they were stopped when Tyler Reddick went by.
Especially since he had like 6 laps, like older tires, and he was just out there like making moves like it was nothing. It was like, that was impressive.
Yeah, well, we are just a little bit away from going green. Pace car is in this time. Glad to have you all with us. If you could do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss a thing of racing here on the channel. There goes the pace car. We're heading towards the Geico restart zone.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. And just like that, Joshua Vidal with a great restart.
Well, AJ, he did, like you said, to get a good restart, so check box number 1 off. I don't think it's going to be, it's not going to last long, because here we go, 3 wide.
3 wide out of 2.
Oh, Taylor's around in that 5. He saved it. He saved it. We're good.
Vidal just needs to hold on.
He's got a hungry pack behind him.
Yeah, absolutely. The last time by on that to go.
Oh, the two's around. Well, he saved it too. Now we're double wide right up here.
Yeah, Vidal last time by a 33.86 to Kyle Miller's 33.15. That is the difference.
Oh, the 1 car's wrecking off of 4. He's in the outside wall. He's up against the fence.
Yeah, that's the second time we've had an issue with the 1 car. First caution on the backstretch. This one doesn't bring out the yellow, but you could see the damage on the right front of the number 1.
And all Josh Vidal is hoping for is to hear yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yeah, he's basically married to that outside right now.
3 wide. Alan Fox trying to make it 3 wide, and he's going to do it. 3 wide and a 1.
If I was Alan Fox, I'd at least have one sigh of relief that he is back in the game. Don't look now, the 48 of Paul Irvin right behind him. Showing a lot of life in that 48. But up front, Senezak with 3/10 over Kyle Miller. Both of them running the low lane. Mike, if you're one of these drivers, what is going through your mind that you could see the race leader? How are you running this race?
Well, you want to try to at least get a little bit of clean air to the front of your machine, so it can help you turn. That's for sure. Because you keep following the leader, you're gonna get that dirty air on you. Unless you can get to his back corner and kind of get him loose. That's something that you can do in these Xfinity cars. You can get to somebody and try to loosen him up. But Joe Torres looks like he's gonna crash the party here.
Hello, boys.
Oh, he's all over the back bumper of that 6.
Yeah, I don't even think Kyle Miller can see the front of Joe Torres' car that he's so close.
Don't look now. Alan Fox is trying to get underneath Kyle Zimmer for 4th.
Yeah, that is scary how fast that 73 is. I knew I should have picked him, Mike. But then again, my pick is sitting in that 2nd position. Where's yours?
Well, my pick, Josh Riddell, stayed out under that last yellow, so he is in the rear right now in 12th.
Yeah,
So he needs caution.
Yeah, and he needs that caution very bad.
He needs it within probably the next 15 laps, because you get under 10 to go, it's not going to pay off for you.
Yeah, absolutely. But hey, I give him a lot of credit for trying something, as we're about to have a battle for the lead. Senezak doing a really good job of taking B6's line away. Kyle's gonna have to go use a different line to beat him.
Oh, he's loose off of 2-2. What he was loose.
Yeah, that 6 all night has been burning the tires off of his cars.
If I'm him, I'm surprised he's not tried the outside line a little bit here.
You know, I was thinking that too, Mike. You got to do something different.
He's been pretty fast on that outside line. He's been pretty fast.
Yeah, but right now, he's just staying right behind the 09.
As he's trying to save a little bit of tire, but I mean, the higher you run, the more tire you save than running the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, all 4 of them are running the bottom. It's weird to see that nobody's tried that outside line.
Well, I gotta give Miller a little credit. Coming out of the turns, he's the first one that shades up towards the wall, so I don't know if that's helping him out.
But don't look now. Kyle Zimmer's coming back into this fight too. We're about to have a 5-car battle here in a moment.
Yeah, Shane Wolf, you are 100% correct. And I had that same conversation with him earlier before the race. That he could be having a great race, and then boom, nope, not such a great race anymore.
As we're getting down to the finish of this race, AJ, why don't we remind the viewers where we're going to be going next week?
We are going to Richmond Raceway. That is by far, being a modified fan, I love going to that racetrack. Oh, as well as, was that Gary Wells? Or that was Paul Irvin in the wall. Yeah, we are going to Richmond Raceway. Mike, I know you have raced there rather more recent than I have. How's it running with these new packages that we have?
Well, AJ, it's gonna be interesting. These Xfinity cars there, turn 2 and turn 4 especially, are the trouble spots of that racetrack. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens next week and if we have any short track tempers that come up.
Well, we have tempers on a regular week. I could just imagine how bad they're gonna be. Oh! Oh! Paul Irvin basically loses it out of 4. Let's watch this. Ooh, there it was.
Hello. Daniel Krim's lucky that he had good enough hands to save that thing, because he was about to go. Both of them were about to go spinning.
There it was, as Krim did the same thing.
He's like, I'll show you one better. Watch this, you know?
And both of them end up saving it.
Here we go. This is as close as that 6 car has been.
Yeah,
what can he do?
Kyle Zimmer's there. Joe Torres is there. What can they do? Probably run a different lane, but we haven't seen that all night.
He's all over the bumper. He's gonna have a run here. Will he fan high? Or he's going to stick it to the bottom.
I would hope so. I would hope so. But right now, it looks like they're just trying to run.
Well, it looks like to me that the highlight, you know how high the high line was really good in the first half of this race? It looks like the bottom is the preferred line. So it looks like it's switched.
Yeah, that's a good pull, Mike. That is a really good pull.
I don't know if the track's kind of a little bit cooler or anything, but it's definitely switched on us.
Well, we started the race at a track temp at 75. Well, it's gone down to 72. So, just a little bit. Not a huge chunk of a difference, but for these drivers, these tires, probably just enough to where they can probably feel it. As you see, the 25 with Kyle Zimmer running in the middle. Then, a little bit further back, this whole pack running the middle.
And Josh Vidal went a lap down, so it looks like he came in and pitted for those 4 tires.
Yeah, lap 109, he hit pit road. He should be able to make it to the finish. We're going to 134 for a lap count, which gives us 200 miles. So we are under 20 to go, just 60 to go. Back up to that 27, he has Daniel Krim all over the back of him. Do we get a late race yellow? That is something that a lot of these drivers have in the back of their head. As Joe Torres ends up getting by the 6. Here's that pass right here on lap number 20. Going into turn 3, Joe Torres is going to send it to the inside. And there's the pass. Going to clear him by the exit of turn 4. I think Kyle Miller gave him a little bit of room there.
It looks like those guys lost a little bit of something to the leader, so it's like Joe Torres is like, I gotta go. Leader's getting away.
Yeah, Senezak is out by 8.5 tenths.
You think about it now, AJ. These guys are going to be running the hardest laps of the night, and those machines are tire wear aplenty. So you try to push it as much as you can, and it's like, oh, let's see if the cars will make it stick it.
Now, for the most part, they can make it to the finish. They can, but it is going to be very tight. And if we get any sort of green-white checker, they might have to think about pit road as the 6 is in the wall.
Yeah, that machine has gone the opposite way here.
Yeah, it seems like Kyle Miller, that car has burnt tires worse than anybody else on the racetrack. He's been stupid fast, but those Goodyear Eagles are not a fan. As he's even losing more ground. Kyle Zimmer right behind him, jumping on board with him. You could just see the closing rate that this 25 has. As the 6 has finally moved to the outside.
I think it's probably a little bit too late for that now. The tires are really gone off that machine.
And you could see just from being on Kyle Zimmer's car as we switch to Kyle Miller that all the way through the turn, the 6 is swinging it both ways.
Oh, that's as much as a steering wheel that we've seen all night. He's in the wall. Yeah, that when we had his onboard camera earlier tonight, it wasn't that bad. Now it's. Oh, what is it? I remember Kyle Zimmer was not happy with him a few laps ago as Gary Wells saved it off turn 4. He about almost spun it. We might get a late race yellow with some of these guys, how their machines are handling.
Yeah, these guys door checked each other. about 30, 40 laps ago, which caused Kyle Zimmer to hit pit road early.
Bryce Senzak's like, please no caution, please no caution. Get me to the white,
please. Well, we've hit 8 to go, like under 10. If there was any thought you weren't going to make it, you would have had to have pit already.
They're gonna wing it and wing it as quick as they can.
There's
at
the
20,
6 again.
at 20. Oh, they made contact again. Whoa, I don't know how much Zimmer's going to take more of that. That was
Zimmer right now, you saw how hard he drove it into turn 3.
Oh, Zimmer's. Oh, he's in. What a save.
6 to
Oh,
go. Don't go anywhere after we hit the checker. We're talking to our podium finishers.
Oh, he's got to be hitting the steering wheel. That's almost carbon copy what happened 30 laps ago.
Yep.
Five laps to go.
And Senezak has a second over Joe Torres. Is there anything that 29 can do to where he can close in and make a battle out of it? But right behind him, I know Alan Fox started on the pole, but he rebounded from a early on speeding penalty where they held him for 40 seconds to come back to that third position. Overall, he's got to be happy with his night.
Oh yeah, that's a great rebound for him.
Coming to 3 laps to go. Senezak with still 9/10 of a second. Closing in, we're down to 8.
I think it's just going to be too little too late unless the 09 has a real moment here.
Yeah, if the 09 ends up kicking the car out sideways, that's where we might see the 29 get there. But dual popsicle sticks up in the air for the 09. A 10th faster for Torres, but like you said, just a little too late. Bryce Senezak through 3 and 4. He is looking at the white flag. Barnet Flagman has it, and it is brought to you by the Wrestling with Nerds podcast.
And the race is official. Next flag will end it, and he knows he doesn't have to compete with a green-white checkered.
No, he does not. He's got Torres 8/10 back. Fox a 1.5 seconds back. Nobody else in sight. The 09 is a half a lap away from being a winner in the XMS RICMOTECH Xfinity Series. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. You could already see him partying. Bryce Senezak is gonna win at Kansas Speedway. Joe Torres is going to finish in that 2nd position. Alan Fox in 3rd. Kyle Zimmer 4th. 5th, Daniel Krebs 6th, Kyle Miller 7th, Gary Wells, Paul Irvin in 8th, 9th, Adam Capps, Mike Robinson in that 10th position. And there is the man of the hour, the 09. As he is burning it down. Mike, how do you think that 09 feels before we get talking to him?
Oh, he's got to be on top of the world. He's kicked off this season in a big way there, AJ. That's for sure. He's feeling good. That's for sure.
Puts it up against the wall and just lights up the tires. I would not be surprised if that engine blows relatively soon. But let's get talking to our podium drivers. Let's start with P number 3. Let's get Alan Fox. Oh, not Alan Fox. No, it is Alan Fox. Alan, it's AJ and Mike in the broadcast booth. Congratulations on the rebound you had this evening. How does it feel to go through all that adversity and come away with a top 3 finish?
Yeah, that was wild. I mean, I knew I had the speed if I could just get back on the lead lap, and we got lucky with that one caution, but that was nerve-wracking and fun, just ripping through the field a couple times tonight. I killed my tires getting back up to 3rd, so I didn't have anything for Bryce or Joe, but that was fun. Just pissed that I was speeding earlier.
Well, with everything you went through today, you probably had the speed to beat racking up the pole, and with how you ran tonight, does that give you any confidence moving forward now that we go to Richmond next week?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of what ifs this season, and you can't live on what ifs. But if I wasn't speeding tonight, and if I had the right strategy at Nashville and last week in Atlanta, I could have 4 wins on the season. So, need a couple things to fall my way. But if I can get things going right, not screwing up strategy, speeding on pit road, should be able to click off a couple more wins before the playoffs start.
All right, dude. Before we let you go, any sponsors you'd like to plug? We're talking with Alan Fox.
Yeah, we got W there. If you use the code iRacingFox, you'll get 10% off your order. Using the Walmart card tonight, just a little joke because I do some Walmart deliveries on the side. And then obviously XTREME for putting all this on, and you guys and All-Star for doing the broadcast.
All right, dude. Great job. Hopefully we get to talk to you next week at Richmond Raceway.
Thanks, man. I hope so.
All right, Mike. You ready for Joe Torres?
Yep, let's take him, AJ. I will drag him in here. Joe Torres, it's AJ and Mike in the booth. You got us.
Yes, sir. I got you, sir.
Man, what a race tonight by you. You led, let's see, how many laps? You led 11 laps tonight. You finished 2nd. Talk to me about your race overall, and did you have anything for Bryce there at the end?
I didn't have enough for Bryce. I wore out my stuff trying to get past Kyle. He was very hard to pass, we'll just put it that way. The race was phenomenal. I actually enjoyed just drifting off the corners. It was great seeing other cars going sideways. It felt like a great race with the old tire model of iRacing, in the words of Bryce that when we were talking in the staging room. But it was phenomenal. I just had a lot of fun tonight. I just wish we finished one position above.
Yeah, we heard some guys talking in practice this week. They felt like the cars were very stable this week in practice, but it seemed like when the guys got into the practice session tonight for the session, these cars got a lot more looser. Did you feel like the same way, or were you kind of thinking these cars are going to be that loose?
During practice, we actually tested something similar to it, but we actually messed with the weather. Lo and behold, I did not expect it to be loose the way it was, but it worked out pretty well because it was exactly how practice went. Loose, but it's literally sideways. It was it was a surprise that the lobby was like that. But I thought at the beginning it was going to be tight when we did qualifying. But come to find out when we were racing, after a while, then I was like, oh, this is like practice. So I just put my practice mindset and made sure to just stay focused going forward and try to see if I can get the best finishing position possible.
Well, as we put Kansas in the rearview mirror and focus next week to Richmond, give me your thoughts as we're going to head to do a little short track racing next week.
There's gonna be a lot of beating, a banging, and a lot of rattling people's cages. So I just put it that way.
There you go. I like that. Yeah, good throwback to Dale Senior right there.
Absolutely, because I'm looking forward to Richmond because of the fact that Richmond's a great technical track for the driver. It will bring out the best of the driver, and it'll also bring out how good you are at saving your stuff and making sure that you point off the corner perfectly well and make sure that you're up front, because it's going to be a track position race. But I also going to believe that tire wear is going to play a factor also.
Well, Joe, before we let you get out of here to celebrate this P2 finish, are there any sponsors you'd like to plug?
Well, I have a list. So if you have like 20 minutes, I'm kidding.
I think AJ can make time for that. I think we make a little bit.
Absolutely, right, AJ?
It's not the Oscars. You don't need to thank it.
Yes, it is. It is the Oscars.
I'd like to thank the Academy, my boss, my boss's
We're in Chiefs
boss.
Kingdom. We're in Chiefs Kingdom at this point.
Oh boy.
All right. Let me seriously. No, I gotta thank Sparta Esports, JTI, basically, JC Media Design, Bass Pro, Bass Pro and Tracker Boats, Hunt Brothers, Jimmy John's, Haas, Team Conti, Racing Paradise, XMS RICMOTECH, and Anora. That was our first race with that race car, and they got a P2. So I'm very proud to bring the company that I work for on the first time on track and bringing it home for a P2 finish.
Well, Joe, congratulations on the second place finish, and maybe we'll get to talk to you next week as well at Richmond. But have a good rest of your evening, bud.
Thank you, bud. Shout out to everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race.
And that is Joe Torres. Thank you, Joe, for your time.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's talk to our race winner. It's the 09 of Bryce Senezek. Bryce, congratulations on the win this evening. It was very, very hard fought, but you come out the victor. How does it feel to win round 6 at Kansas Speedway?
It feels really good. Sitting here deciding if this one means more than Mid-Ohio. I was like, Mid-Ohio went in there like, I have to win just because of how good I knew I was there. And then, going into like these ovals, like, I know I can win, but then there's this guy, and there's this guy. Oh, also there's this guy, and all these different strategies that play in hand, so you never really know. So
is that what makes it cool, where everybody has a different strategy and yours is the one that ends up with you with the win?
I think that's part of it for sure. Just knowing that like you nailed it, but then also at the end they were all pretty much on our own, or on the same strategy there with the caution. So it was kind of just who can do the best with in like 30 laps or whatever laps we had there at the end.
Well, dude, we leave Kansas Speedway next week. We go all the way to Richmond, Virginia for Richmond Raceway. What are we expecting from the 09 there?
As always, hopefully the same, just up in like the top 3, top 5, contending for a win. Hopefully it's a little bit of a smoother race on my end, because I got pretty stoked when we pitted for the stage. So I came in second and out first, and I'm like, let's go. And then like I'm looking at my field like, wait, why do I have 2 gallons? And I forgot to like fill it up. So like, well, I'm giving up a lap lad to fill it up. So
I've done that. I've gotten so hyped that I was like, wow, why is everybody just leaving pit road now? I've been on the racetrack for, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds. And then I look at you've got 2 gallons left, 2 gallons left. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, it's happened. I've done that. It stinks, but dude, it's like it never happened. You still won the race.
Yeah. But man, it's like one of those moments, it's like, you used to just you come in this position, then you come out same position, and
Well, dude, before we let you go, completely celebrate the finish. Got any sponsors you want to plug?
I mean, shout out to everyone at 09 Racing. Shout out Celsius, Boiler Diecast, Elwood Designs. Hopefully it showed up on the broadcast. I had to get it changed like the last second, but we got the regular paint scheme back on it. Shout out to you guys for the broadcast. So shout out for Alan. He had a speeding penalty and came back to finish there, so good on him. And props to Kyle Miller in the 6. I mean, I was white knuckling that thing. This felt like this is like an old tire model setup where, like, I started off saving tires, and Alan and Kyle were just gone. Like, well, I'll get them later. Like, no, they're not coming back to me. So, like, I guess I gotta go as hard as I can, and that's pretty much how it was. Just holding the wheel to the right and keeping it wide open on corner exit, and yeah. Kyle kept me honest there at the end. I was making sure not to mess up there and have a good exit, and got it done.
Yeah, man. Great job overall. And hopefully we get to talk to you next week at Richmond Raceway.
Yep, and real quick, just everyone watching, hope you have a fun and safe Halloween.
Yes, exactly. Definitely the safe part.
Yeah.
Remember, don't forget about parent or aunt and uncle or friend tax when it comes to the candy. For every candy the kid gets, you get 2.
For sure.
We'll catch you later, Bryce.
Yeah, we'll see you.
All right, Mike, break it down. Take us home.
Well, AJ, that was a very interesting race at Kansas. A lot of loose race cars we saw tonight, but I thought Kansas put on a really good show. I'm looking forward to handing out some candy tomorrow night myself here at the house, and hopefully you have some safe and Halloween plans for yourself. And yeah, let's go on to Richmond next week and get to the short tracks.
All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow, do all that great stuff that really helps out the channel. And just reiterating what Mike said, stay safe tomorrow night for yourself, for your kids. Try to bring a flashlight, wear something reflective, and enjoy it. And enjoy the spooky night. Peace out, everybody.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.